I want to welcome you to the show, man. I am telling you, I am having a wonderful time today. We've had so many amazing guests on the show. And let me tell you something, the next person is just as amazing as, music industry, poetry, all of that, all of that. I'm loving it. We have JWRITZZ on the show today. What's up?
There it is. There it is, sis. There it is.
Hey. So tell us about yourself.
Well, listen, the story is not always, see, people are so consumed with the glory and they really don't know the behind story. You know, we are so consumed with what we want, instant gratification. And sometimes we have to go through trials and tribulations and endure and persevere. And the whole thing is, and my motto is to never, ever give up. Don't you ever give up. That's my motto, simple. Don't give up. Because if you give up today, you never know what's on the path tomorrow. So JWRITZZ is a musical poet that merged music and poetry and brought the two worlds together. And then now I was stuck between two worlds because you have traditional poetry and you have music. So because I'm in between the two worlds, it's hard to be accepted as a poet, and it's hard to be accepted as an artist because I can't sing for nothing. I can't rap, but I'm out here winning and winning and winning. So, you know, it's a very confusing thing. But JWRITZZ is a guy from hell to excel. And it all started when I was younger. You know, I lost my brother. He was 5 years old. My brother, he was 5 years old. He took my mother's drugs and he's mistaken it for candy and he passed away. So I was taken away from my mother. I was placed in foster care. So I went through the foster care system. And at the age of 8, they brought me back to my mother. And it was a living hell. My mother did not straighten her life out. She was heavily on drugs, running the streets. And then I had more siblings. So I was there helping my siblings, running the streets, providing for them, robbing people's homes for food, robbing stores for food. So at the age of 8 years old, I was in those streets, but I was in the streets for survival. I wasn't out there, just being selling drugs or for materialistic items. I was out there for survival. My sister was molested, and I fought this man, a grown man, down the street, everywhere. I fought to the death, but just had to just, went through those trials and tribulations and seen a lot of stuff in my lifetime. But my whole point is, no matter what you've been through and no matter what you lost in life, doesn't make you a loser. So you got to validate yourself and know who you are. And if you're an artist, you have to believe in yourself and keep pushing, stay relevant and self-invested.
The foster system is nothing to play with. I mean, you go through some horrendous places in the foster system. A lot of people in on the other end, the actual homes, some of them are amazing homes. I'm not going to take it away from them, that they're amazing homes. They're forever homes. They're your parents. Wonderful. Then you have the people who are in it just for money.
Yes.
And let me tell you, oh my gosh, it is horrible, because I was a parent on the foster end. I went through the whole foster system thing, and we had some kids that came through our place that was so messed up. Mm-hmm. There was nothing we could do. I mean, no matter how much you love them, they had already been hurt so many times. They didn't even know how to give love back.
Yes.
It was just terrible. And then you had the drug babies, and you had the parents who killed their kids. And now their other kids are in foster. And that's just terrible. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
But you are who you are today. and you made it. When did you figure out that you had this talent? And when did you start using it?
I was actually, unfortunately, I was in prison, and I went to prison, and what I decided, and I had no education at all, no education, nothing. I was, and I just started writing. I just started writing. And shout out to my brother Jamel. He actually was a rapper, and he had a formula where he would write out the alphabets on top of the paper. So I just started using that formula and started putting words together. And I started doing a lot of poetry, a lot of love poems and stuff like that. And I was using that as a hustle means of surviving in prison, for food, for stamps, for everything like that. And I did that for maybe, like, I would say 2 years hard in prison. And then I just put everything away and just started focusing on my education and just getting my life together so I could prepare myself once I'm released from prison. So I'm not jumping out of a parachute, jumping out of an airplane without a parachute. So I
Yeah.
be prepared for that.
Yeah, it's hard. I've heard that it's very hard when you're indoctrinated into the prison system to actually survive outside. So your goal was to prepare yourself. If you had not have done that, would you have been able to come out and survive?
I honestly, I would have to say, if you don't prepare yourself, I definitely probably would have been a recidivism, going back in. So I definitely, yeah, because I didn't have any foundation, but because I prepared myself mentally and qualified. I had my certificates, I had my experience, I put myself in the programs that I knew were beneficial in society.
Mhm. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just kind of wait it out. And then when they come out, they just can't do it anymore. And they do something to get back in. And I've seen that happen. That is just sad. I'm very, and let me ask you one more question. And before we move on, to the part where, your life changed and how you're into what you're into now, is the programs are the programs inside of the prison system offered, or is it just there for them and they know it's there and nobody's really bothering them or reminding them to take these courses? I mean, how is that done?
Sure. Well, right now, I'm unsure about right now, but when I was there, they had a lot of programs that would help you, and they actually had college and everything. But then they took those programs away because of finances, and so you had trades. You had the trades, and it's offered to you, and you have to. It's a requirement of behaving yourself. You have to behave yourself on top top jobs. Now, this is going to sound kind of crazy. Some of the jobs, every 2 weeks, you would get paid $9. Yeah, $9. So you
That's
would
like
use that.
slave labor.
Yes. $9 you would get. My pay scale was $81 every 2 weeks. Now, it sounds like, oh, but the commissary was balanced out, so you could really if you had a job like I had, which was an optician, you were making good money. You were like the man. With the $81 would stretch out because a can of tuna fish was like 40 cents.
Okay.
So
I got you. So within the system, the prices for different things that you may need are really balanced according
yes,
to what you're making. So if you're making
yes.
$81, you're rich.
Oh, you were rich.
Gotcha. I gotcha. I mean, so they took the colleges out and they put in trades. I mean, but a lot of people aren't going to college anymore. They're doing trades now. So, wow. So you came out with your degrees, you came out with the understanding and the knowledge. Did you have a difficult time when you came out?
Not for me. God is so good. God put his hands on me because I transformed my life when I was there. And for me, some people say, yeah, God didn't do anything for them. God did a lot for me. The crazy thing is, it took me 6 days of my release, and I had a job,
Mm,
and I haven't stopped
wow.
working since. And that was 2005 to now. So I've been just working and working and working, and I've always been employed.
That's a blessing. It definitely is a blessing to be able to turn your life around, and it's hard because people, they don't see you as a person that has changed and have the greed. They look at your record and they go, oh, and they
Yes.
don't give people chances. It's like, come on, man. That was in the past. I'm not that person anymore. This
Mhm.
is who you get now. Did you
Right.
have a problem with that?
No, not at all.
That's wonderful.
It's like I said, I have truly been blessed with, God has placed the right people in my path and stuff like that. I came out with nothing. And there was a prison ministry that would always come into the prisons. And when I spoke to them, I said, "Look, when I'm released, I will come and join you." And they said, "Listen, that's the devil speaking." A lot of these guys say that, and when they get out, they just forget all about God. They forget all about who was there for them. But I actually stalked them down, went to a revival, listen to this, guys, had no idea financially how I was going to live, financially how I was going to get things. I was concerned. I went to the revival. They said, "Give your testimony." I gave my testimony. Never, God knows, never spoke about my financial situation, nothing. When I came off that stage, I had two shirts on a t-shirt. They ripped the one shirt off of me from all angles, my pockets, that kept hitting my pocket. When I got home, I had over $900 in cash.
Hallelujah. Wow. Wow. That is such a blessing. Wow. Wow. The Most High takes care of those who love him. And if
Yes.
you are continually looking to do something good for other people and continually keeping your head and your eyes on him, you have no worries. Everything that happens is for a reason. And even though it may not go your way, it's still to shape who you're supposed to be in the future. And I say that all the time. And I know we've both gone through a lot and you've gone through some stuff too, but coming out of hell and into heaven, tell me how you got where you are today.
Yes, 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 yes. What happened was, so what I did was I stopped the writing, put everything to the side, because that's what my whole thing is, a writer. Put that to the side, had my daughter, raised my daughter, focus on family, just working, focus, focus, focus. Then one day I'm at work and I said, working is great. However, I didn't go through all this hell. I didn't go through all these trials and tribulations just to be a working and average person. So I said to myself, I have to devise a plan. What can I do? And I said, the only thing I have is my ability to write. So what I did was I put everything aside and I grind and I wrote a book. Put the book on Amazon. Someone saw me. They started interviewing me, and that got my face out there. So I started just getting out there, talking, speaking, testimonies, being interviewed. So we just started moving from there. Like I said, as a poet, just reciting poems and reciting the book. And then what I did was, there was a point where 1 year went by, and I haven't been doing this long, but 1 year went by and I didn't receive nothing, no interviews, no one reaching out to me. And I wanted to give up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was there crying in my office. I was like, man, I just want to give up. And then the Spirit of God said, "You ain't gonna give up. Write this right here." So I wrote this story, and it's called Wife, and it's about a home invasion where the guy loses his wife in a home invasion. So I started taking that story, and God said, "You're going to go out and you're going to record it and you're going to go perform it." So now I'm behind the scenes. I went out, I started performing after the COVID, going everywhere, put myself everywhere, and being consistent, self-invested, believing in myself gave me a lot of wins as a spoken word musical poet. It's very, very hard as a poet.
Yeah, I know. I know. A lot of people don't understand that poetry is something that's just so vital. It's like, okay, you need to, there's all different kinds of rhythms and rhymes and things like that. And and you got, I mean, we can go into it, but the art of speaking, the art of rhyming, the art of telling a story, that's never going to go away. And it began so long ago with just somebody talking.
Yes.
Definitely. Wow. Wow. And so where are you today? Come on, show it, show it, show it.
I'm right here, guys. Look at this right here.
Ooh.
Look at that here. There it is right there, guys. There you go. JWRITZZ, the musical poet. And this is where we're at today, guys. Bernard Moore, the UMA award show. Your boy went up there to perform, was sitting down. An hour later, this man's called me up, and I'm like, I'm not going up there. I'm crying. I can't believe it. And here it is. We've accomplished a huge, huge award right here. But before this award, I have to say it's been a great year for me. Shout out to the Black I Am, Dr. Harris. She's out in College Park in Atlanta. So I went out there and I performed at one of her open mics. I went straight out from New York. I'm down there just to support her. And the next thing you know, I received a Lifetime Presidency Achievement Award through them, through the White House. I received the #1 Love Poet of the Year through them. And the other night, listen to this, guys. I went to the award show, performed, chilling, minding my business. And I'm looking straight ahead at Toni Braxton's family. And the brother walked up to me and he was just like, man, I was blown away by your testimony. So you never know who's in the building, who's watching you, anything.
Right. That's right. That's right. But congratulations on everything. You know, when a person says you deserve it, what does that mean to you?
Okay, when someone says you deserve it, for me, I take it to my heart and I'm just like, I'm always humble and I self-validate myself and I say, yes, I do. I'm shocked that I got it because as a poet, I would never expect this. So these are things I never, ever expected, ever. I used to watch people receive certificates and awards and I was like, man, I would love to just get one. And now I have over 30 certificates and numerous awards. So when you work hard and you know your worth and you're just being consistent, you're not taking breaks and making excuses. So when you do receive it, it's a surprise and you just feel great, like someone's acknowledging your hard work.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And you do deserve it. You do
You.
deserve it. Look at what, I mean, all the things that you've gone through has brought you to this point in your life. What kind of, how would I say, suggestion or is there a teachable moment for people who are watching today?
Yes. Don't listen to other people. It could be your own mother. It could be your family. Don't listen to them. You have to know your self-worth. God has given you a gift. And if God has given you a gift, there's a saying, let your voice be heard. What good is a gift if it's sitting on the shelf? What good is a gift if the world doesn't hear it? So you got to be out there. And it's never enough. People look at me, I tell them all the time, block me. If you don't like my content, block me, get off the page, get out of the way, sit down. You have to be relentless. You have to be self-invested. You have to be, just relevant. You have to be consistent. While you was out partying, popping bottles, the next artist is in that studio making it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You said it. You said it. Don't listen to them. Don't matter. You know what you're supposed to do. You know what you want to do in life. The biggest thing that I find is, and the reason that we're sitting here today is because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't listen to anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it. This is the one thing that everybody told me, oh, it's never going to work, Yaya.
And here you are working it.
You're here today. What if I wasn't here in my spot doing what I'm supposed to do? Because let me tell you something. If you don't do it, someone else will.
That's right.
And it might even be the person that told you it won't work.
Ah, check that out. Mm-hmm.
That's right. So JWRITZZ, man, congratulations on everything, and just the whole upward move, you know. And the thing is that you have defied all odds,
Yes.
and you're gonna keep defying them. And I'm right there saying, go get them, bro. Go get them. That's how it works. That's it. I want to thank you so much for being on the show. How can people reach you? How can they find you and follow you?
Yes, 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 yes. I'm on right now. Someone put me onto TikTok. This is where it's at, guys. I thought it was for kids and stuff like that. But if you're an artist, you really want to get out there, this is the way. So pull up the TikTok, put JWRITZZ right there, JWRITZZ. I'm on all music platforms. We have over 13 songs on the platform. Reach out to me if you need a songwriter. I'm that guy. You need that voice to do that collab, that Barry White, that intro, that sexy, seductive. I'm here, baby. I'm here. So check me out on JWRITZZ. They just stole my page on Instagram. So let me just pull up. Let me see what it is.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
So you can
and then they try to sell it back to you.
Right.
Stop that.
Exactly.
Just stop.
I was doing so good on that too. You can
That's
find
how they do it. They take it
Yes.
from you when you're doing so super
Right.
good.
Exactly. So you can find me on just pull up Jerry Bradley and it's gonna come up Poet JWRITZZ 1. So that's how you can find me on Instagram.
Definitely. We'll put that in the description box below so that it's easy for you guys to follow him. But make sure you do the TikTok. The TikTok is the place. The TikTok is where it's supposed to be, guys. I want to thank you so much, JWRITZZ, for being on the show, man. Like I said, continued success and continued, influence and inspiring other people to go after their goals and dreams, man. I know that this is something that you just can't stop. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to dare to be different. And until next time, guys, bye.
I did to